Mornings is, right? So Creative Mornings is actually an international group. So there are a ton of groups meeting, not necessarily right now, but some Friday this month, probably quite a few today, to talk about Pride, which is the monthly theme. So Creative Mornings HQ, which is based out of New York City, they come up with these themes for basically everyone across the world to talk about. And this month is Pride. So super excited. So Pride is a powerful affirmation of authenticity. It gives us the grace to show up as ourselves and live in alignment with our values. It embraces every shade of our longings, our regrets, and our hopes. These beautiful and powerful things make us who we are. Pride is when you stand tall and say, "This is who I am." Pride is when you reclaim the parts of your identity that others might have scorned. Pride is when you raise your voice in defense of someone who is powerless, saying enough, because that someone might just be yourself. How will you unfurl yourself fully? How will you extend safety and solidarity so that we all may be unapologetically ourselves? So Pride was the theme generated by the Palm Beach chapter. So each chapter was about the theme. I think the Columbia chapter we get to do a theme in like 2046 or something like that. So counting down the days. And then Caleb Griffin, part of the Palm Beach chapter, designed the illustration for the month. So I read this theme a few times, and those last two words, unapologetically ourselves, that kept, I don't know, that just really rang true for me. And I've started, I didn't even introduce myself, I'm Mike, by the way. I've started, so we always do these icebreakers to kick things off. And I wanted to do something that would kind of point to that, right? That unapologetic nature of ours, because that's where pride comes from. Pride isn't, you can be proud of so many things, but kind of the most important things are those things that kind of make us different and make us unique, right? So we're gonna get a little spicy. I don't know where this is gonna go. I'm a little, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous. But the icebreaker for today is finish this sentence. This may be an unpopular opinion, but. So hot takes are welcome. I'll go ahead and get started. This is kind of a weird one. I kind of look down on anyone that likes ranch. I kind of consider them beneath me. It's gross. I don't understand how it's gotten so popular. It wasn't this popular back in the day. It wasn't. It's like kind of like a weird renaissance. But yeah, ranch, complete trash.
You haven't put your pizza in.
Here we go. See, no, before like, I don't know, like 98, nobody was doing that. I don't know. Yeah, everybody loves the ranch and the pizza. Yeah. All right, here we go. What do you got?
Nobody should ever own a minivan.
Just nobody. There's no good use.
There's no style.
Oh, it's the style.
Oh man.
I thought maybe like they took up too
You're
much of
never,
the road or something.
you're never cool in a minivan. Yeah.
You're never cool in a minivan.
It's unpopular.
Okay, hey, yeah. No. That's the reaction all of these should get. Oh, what? No. Yeah, no, that is right in the alley of what I'm looking for here. Again, we're getting spicy this morning. Who else has an unpopular opinion? Who else has a hot take? Everyone has a hot take. It's 2023. Come on now. Who's got something for us? Here we go.
I prefer to open the banana from the short end, at the bottom. So number one, to drive people nuts, because people it doesn't seem to sit right when I'm doing it, but once I actually open it, they see it gets rid of all the strings, they don't stick.
Oh,
It's
you
weird.
it
do you keep it in its holder, or do you are you like?
Oh, I full blown. I hold it like a civilian. Yeah.
Do you have to cut it first to peel it from that side?
No, you just pop the top right open, pull it right down, and you have the.
It's the way
That's the way they're supposed to be.
Yeah, it's the way monkeys eat it. So you can
Exactly.
it makes a natural place to hold it.
They pop open easier too.
Yeah.
There's so many things like that we just do for no. It's like we should all just be doing it.
I know.
Maybe.
I know.
I'm gonna try.
Let's
it.
write a book after this, you guys. Compost, 10 things.
Unpopular opinion. It could be food related. It could be artist related. It could be. I mean, it could be anything. Here we go.
I don't like cheeseburgers.
He
Cheeseburgers?
doesn't like cheese on nearly anything.
So like a hamburger? You're good to no.
Yeah,
Just no.
Just plain hamburger.
Just a plain.
Just a plain hamburger, no cheese. Are you like you're not gonna do like cheese on like just a sandwich or something?
No.
What about nachos?
No, that's my least favorite type of cheese.
Whoa, that's a hot take right there.
It's overrated.
Nacho cheese is overrated. We might not be able to post this. I don't know. Let's get one more. One more unpopular opinion.
I'm really taking a risk with this.
Oh.
Oh, here we go.
I hated Beyonce's new album.
Whoa, you're getting a fist bump over there. Oh,
You know the
yeah.
most boring? Taylor Swift.
No.
Uh-oh. I was wondering.
You don't know now, like.
I was wondering if Taylor Swift was going to be brought up. I had a feeling Taylor Swift was going to get mentioned.
I do have to think 5 minutes.
Lightning's gonna strike. I'm gonna both of you.
Oh man, awesome! Thank you all very much. See, it breaks the ice a little bit. So we're gonna run through some sponsors here. So our global sponsor is Mailchimp. So they support all the local organizations. So thank you to Mailchimp. I'm curious, how many entrepreneurs, people that have things going on the side, how many we got here? Nice. We have a treasure to share. I guess I'm speaking as MailChimp here. We have a treasure to share with you from the 2023 MailChimp and Co. Benchmark Report. In this report, agencies and freelancers share their learnings and helped provide a comprehensive global perspective on the current state of the industry and how top performers are standing out. I will say, everything MailChimp puts out is pretty great. So whether or not you're an entrepreneur or not, highly recommend. We'll post a link to this in our newsletter. So feel free to sign up for that at CreativeMornings.com. Thank you to Orr Street. That's where we are at right now. A couple upcoming events for Orr Street, August 26th. They're doing a vintage clothing shop, Kayla. Ooh, that's exciting, right?
Maybe out of town then.
Oh. And then they're doing a collaboration. This actually looks really cool with the local library here. And they're still accepting submissions for that. There's a link to it on their social media. And then that starts September 1st. And there's like prizes and stuff for the best submission and everything. So yeah, definitely check that out. And also thank you to Main Street Summit for providing the bagels and coffee this morning. Give it up for Main Street Summit. Clay, are you coming up for this? Cool, yeah, we're gonna have a quick word from Main Street here.
Thanks, Mike, for the mic. I didn't realize it was going to get so spicy with that taste, so this is going to be a boring announcement. First off, Mike is wrong with American Sauce Ranch is fantastic. Steven, minivans are incredible. You just need to try one. Anyway, so Main Street Summit is an event we're hosting here in Columbia, Missouri later this year. So it's a 2-day immersive festival for small to medium-sized business owners, operators, and investors from around the country and world. Honestly, we're bringing it to Columbia, Missouri. So we have over 100 speakers lined up to present over the 2 very full days. So any topic related to running or owning a small business will be probably covered in some way. So everything from marketing and sales to recruitment, talent retention, high-level business strategy, business models, tech stacks, choosing a software, writing a legal agreement. We get into the weeds with workshops, and then we have a main stage, which will be at Missouri Theater, presenting all kinds of topics related to running and owning a business. So we encourage you guys to come if you guys are interested, and then share this with anyone you may find it relevant or exciting. For you all in Columbia, you kind of get this reference, but we're basically trying to create almost a true false film festival version for the business world. So we'll have We're expecting over 1,000 people for the first one this year, which will be in November 8th and 9th. I would list out the lineup of speakers we have, but again, we have so many incredible names coming into town. And so if you want to check it out further at mainstreetsummit.com, we have a lot of the lineup listed there now, and we'll have over probably 30 new names being launched and announced over the next couple coming weeks as well. So happy to answer any questions. And then we're the team that also puts on Capital Camp, which is an invite-only investing event here in Columbia, Missouri each May. Laurie, James, David, all in the back. We can answer questions afterwards. I don't know if we have time for questions now, but find us if you have any questions at all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I started late, so we don't have time to wait right now. But yes, afterwards, all the questions. And I just want to echo, the lineup is stacked for this. Like, for all these people to be coming to Columbia, Missouri, it's a really big deal. So definitely check it out. And yeah, this is up your alley. You should definitely attend. Bring a friend, make a friend. So this is a great opportunity, Creative Mornings. The reason we do this more than anything else is to bring the community together. So we highly encourage you to make a friend, which is fairly easy here. Everybody that comes here, we're here for networking, sure, but like it's like the most light networking I've ever been a part of. But feel free to bring friends as well. We're looking to grow this community. And growing this community requires volunteers. So we have a volunteer staff. We have Isabella and Kara that just started on our volunteer team. Give it up for them. If you're interested in helping out, we need help with anything from communications to setting up day of. There's so much that goes into each of these events. So if you're interested, you can email us or just shoot us a DM on Instagram. For the manifesto today, so one thing I do want to say, so we started this chapter in February of 2020. Excellent timing. And you know, we went through the sponsors, you know, MailChimp, Main Street Summit, Orr Street. We wouldn't be here without any of these organizations. Certainly wouldn't be doing this right now without Pac and his team. But there's one person in particular that without this person, we wouldn't be doing this at all because it wouldn't exist. And that's Lindsay, there in the back. Lindsay started this chapter. It is a bear to get something like this going, especially at the time in a town of our size. It hadn't been done before. So I just want to give a shout out to Lindsay for everything she did to get this thing going and allow us to be here today because it was quite an undertaking.
And things are keeping it going.
Hey, yeah, of course.
I have something else happening.
Yeah, you got something else going on. And I think you're going to have something else going on because I'm going to ask you
Aww.
if you wouldn't mind reading the
Yeah,
manifesto.
okay.
No, we're going to come to you.
You asked me to waddle up.
Wonderful. Everyone is creative. A creative life requires bravery and action, honesty and hard work. We are here to support you, celebrate with you, and encourage you to make the things you love. We believe in the power of community. We believe in giving a damn. We believe in face-to-face connections and learning from others in hugs and high fives. We bring together people who are driven by passion and purpose, confident that they will inspire one another and inspire change in neighborhoods and cities around the world. Everyone is welcome.
Thank you, Lindsay, so much. And without further ado, I am going to bring up Lauren to introduce our speaker this month.
Thank you everybody for being here today. I'm so excited to announce our speaker. I first met Pac here in Orr Street. I believe it was the first Friday. If you don't know what First Friday is, the first Friday of the month, they open up Orr Street in all the galleries for families and people in the community to come and see art and meet artists. And I brought my, at the time, little tiny boys with me. And they were fascinated as they walked the halls to see these interesting looking chairs that they really just wanted to climb on. And Trip, it wasn't you, don't worry, but I believe it was Spencer who was like, look, you can sit crisscross applesauce on these chairs. And then I was like, okay, there's something really cool about these. So that was when I first experienced Pac's work. And then, as luck would have it, our company ended up moving into the Mule Barn, which is right across from Logboat Brewery, and we became neighbors, work neighbors with Pack and his team. And so it's been fun to watch their products grow and their company grow. And so I'm really excited for you to hear his story. Also, I think that you'll be pleasantly surprised with the many layers of pride that exist in Pack's work. Not only is he an artist and a designer and an innovator and entrepreneur, but also we share the same roots in education. So I'm excited for you to hear his story. And with that, I'll introduce Pack Matthews.
Two things. If I cough and wheeze, I'm not contagious. I've got long COVID, so I've got adult onset asthma, and I can't smell. So yeah, goes that way, doesn't it? I want to introduce my team that's here with me. I couldn't do any of this without them. My daughter Hannah Hallwell, Sarah Mosteller, our latest team member, and produces some TikTok, pretty good TikTok. She's got some chops, and so if you need a photographer and skilled hands, she's got them. And Michelle Golden, who, if you can walk into our space and I'm not embarrassed by it, it's because of Michelle. She keeps me on track and keeps everything humming. She did it so well that she took the summer off to run a summer camp, and things didn't fall apart. So that's how good she is. And so she's also available. She's a freelancer as well. So we find we work best with other entrepreneurs. So we partner with other folks that things just work out better. And also, I'm likely to get a little choked up because this is coming home for me. Started in a studio down the hall. So I was so proud of Columbia because I didn't know it was going to be so hard. Columbia is a town where you can bring your vision and you can create something that didn't exist before. This was a shell of a building, and Chris Teeter, a fellow piano tuner, I was a piano tuner as well, had this vision. Thank you. And here's, you see it, and he's responsible for all these doors. So I could spend my whole presentation giving you an insider dope about this space and great stories. In fact, this table here goes way, way back. I bought this at MU Surplus. And this was what I built a platform that I sat on. I raised the floor, and then I rolled this up. This was my desk. And it's traveled all over. There's Stacy Pottinger's when she had a studio. She's worked for True False, and she's a local photographer and doing all kinds of cool things. So she had this. She had her soul seat at this. Anyway, and over here, this is Ivy Case. This is a photo shoot across the way at Kim Wade's studio. Ivy Case was one of the second or third director here. This studio created the arts district. There's this area. This is our own SoHo. It's economic development, and you as artists are economic developers. You just gotta know that, and that's why I call this my incubator, because I wasn't going into the international furniture business when I came here. When I rented half the studio, I shared the studio with Elizabeth Jordan to do some composing, and I was the one musician in this whole space, and I figured, well, I won't be intimidated by their art, be able to focus on, and And then, so, as another example of how Columbia, you can create what you need. I created like 3 or 4 gigs as a musician. And my latest one is over at Serendipity. So on the 24th is the first jazz lunch. So come and join us. Yeah, bring a sack lunch. Come over to Serendipity Spa. She's curated. She's got beautiful art. Great place to sit and hang out. And I'll be providing the music so you can get some good focus work done. And that's a whole other set of stories I could tell. So let's go. Let's get to Icaria. The values. Alignment with values is so key. We found that we're in the alignment business, not just getting your spine aligned, but helping you learn that how valuable it is to know what your values are and to let them guide your decision making. And that's been true for our organization over and over and over again. For example, people ask us for a back. You know, it can't be a chair if it doesn't have a back on it. But because we're really clear about our values, we're not going to ever put it back on a chair. Or on our ottoman, we won't be putting it back on because the reason you have backs on your chairs is because the seat pan, what you're sitting on, is tilted back. And so you never sit facing uphill, do you? So, but most chairs tilt you back, and so you gotta have that back to catch you. So because my pelvis is tilted forward, the back is unnecessary. However, just to give you an idea, I was still in the old paradigm when I built the first prototype. I'll go back. So there's the first soul seat. That's a yoga block. And these were on the original chair that I found on 9th Street in the middle of the rain. Somebody just left it on. Oh, it was on Broadway. I picked it up, brought it home, took off the normal seat pan, cut this piece of wood out with a circular saw, which I don't recommend doing. And Nick Spader, who's another member of our team, he's taught me all kinds of things that have kept me safe. And he's the person that finishes our wood products and builds all the things that keep parts in good order in our workshop. So this was Lynn Rossi, who's a local phenom. She was working in the wellness department at MU, and I took this to her to beta test for a couple of weeks, and I came to pick it up. And so my point was that these were superfluous once I started using it. So it hasn't there's been no back on the Soul Seat ever since. She said, yeah, it works great. I really like it. And I asked, had a bunch of questions about how its functionality. And then I said, would you buy one? And she said, no, I would not buy one. And I said, well, why not? And she said, because it's ugly. So the Soul Seat journey, my journey here, the Soul Seat journey parallels my own journey as well. It used to be that a cushy desk job was a sign of success, and now it's a recipe for bad health. So we at Icaria Design, we're committed to injecting movement into your day so that you spend more of your evening enjoying your life and not just recovering from work. How many of you have to spend some time at the end of the day recovering from work, right? So the journey starts up here where we have the best posture of our whole life. You can sit as a yogi without any trouble, without even thinking about it. And then what happens? We end up in school. And the conventional sitting starts to take its toll on us. Very gradually, it's like, so gradual that we may not notice it until we start to pay a price at work. And then what we found at at First Fridays, people would come and they'd sit on the chair, and always with some encouragement, because it takes some encouragement to realize that this is actually a chair. And this aha moment comes over their face, and we could call it the soul seat sigh. Because they finally, they're remembering, oh wait, I used to be able to sit like that. And we've also found we are giving permission to a whole population of people all over the globe that need permission to sit weird. They think they're the only ones that prefer sitting crisscross applesauce. Right? My voice is a little weird too. It's the steroids for the asthma affect my vocal cords. It's no fun. So then you make the choice of a soul seat, and things start getting better. And we even have one of the newest chapter of the soul seat stories that we have a buyback program. And this is another. Our values are high quality. Building products that our partners enjoy building and are proud of. And because of that, we can buy them back. The quality of our chairs are so high, they're so durable, we can buy them back, spruce them up a little bit, and sell them again. So what happens is, and we've had probably half a dozen to a dozen folks have reached this point, and they've gotten flexible enough just from sitting on the soul seat. They prefer sitting on the floor, and so they'll sell the soul seat back and they'll buy one of the floor desks. So they've completed the full circle, the whole journey. And that's why this is such a great circle for me to be back here at Orr Street, where it all started. I was able to, these artists were able to support me in trying it out and giving me feedback, and I made adjustments. And Nancy Katzman, who's got a studio down here, she's got one of the first heart-shaped ones, the kids' versions. And PJ, I don't want to get her last name wrong. She had a studio down here, was next to me, and she said, "Oh yeah, your chair should be in design, design within reach, no problem." And what's really cool is there's a soul seat in a museum in Athens, Greece. I'll get to that a little later. How am I doing on time?
Great.
So this was Orr Street Pictures. This is the very first studio that I had by myself. Down there, I got nervous to go from half of a 10 by 10 to a whole 10 by 10. And as you can see, there's a keyboard. I was still, focused on music as well. And people with their soul seat size. And the other reason, because we're locally grown, it's amazing the amount of talent. I kept finding, one of the first reactions when I was pitching this idea to a finance friend, Michael Christ, he started, I'm blanking on the name, but Johnny DeLong's financial shop, investment shop. He goes, "Well, what do you know about furniture manufacturing?" I said, "I don't know. I know nothing about furniture manufacturing." But then he connected me with some folks up in Clark, Missouri, in Chester. One of the Amish community helped produce some of the early prototypes. In fact, the legs here may have been made up in Clark, Missouri. This is a person that this customer, she's an artist, does graphic art on her computer, so she needed something that was nice and high, because she switched from standing to sitting. This is a really early, this fabric is made from recycled bottles. These are one of our newer velvets. This pattern here was fun. Woman that started hoop design. She had us do one like this. She was also had a studio here. She had a Hoot Design Co. started right in the studio right in there. And this, the woman that asked us to do this shape had run Rodney Yee's studio in San Francisco, and then was working in public health. And she's so flexible. She didn't need that cutaway, and she'll even take the perch off and just sit, with the floor there. And the ergonomic person was coming by, going through the whole department, and took one look at her and said, "Oh, you're good." This is when, so I got Hannah was able to help talk me, keep me calm when we went from 10 by 10 to 10 by 30, when we moved over here. Lauren, where you saw us, most likely. And we were shipping internationally from there. The garage was our shipping department. And then this post, Hannah she needed something for Facebook on a Saturday, and put some caption on it, and it went viral, and millions of views. And it was just at this, was before the pandemic or?
December 2019.
2019. So, and we blew up. So we outgrew our space here. The bay that I built to hold all the cushions in that studio is now where our buyback program, revived program, cushions stay. And so then we moved to a makerspace along Business Loop, and then we outgrew that, and now we're at the Meal Barn, which has been wonderful to be there. So don't let anyone tell you they know how to do viral. Nobody knows, and it was nice. But look, it's like, you don't even see the customer, you can't even see the whole chair, but they needed that permission to sit weird. And then that's Nate there, and his work. He took my patent designs, the designs that are in the patent, and turned them into art. He did our squiggle on our shipping. Oh, and Kate Gray is responsible for our initial logo. She's a local artist. And he did those two toppers. And he redid our logo from Health by Design. We changed to Ikari Design because there's another company out there called Health by Design. Even before, when I was here, it was Hip Friendly was the name. And that original chair was called the transitional chair, as every inventor has weird names. But it actually people have actually said, well, now I'm transitioning to the floor, so I wasn't too far off. And here's our awards we won. ABCD is Association for Body Conscious Design, and this woman here, she's a emeritus. She taught at San Francisco's Berkeley in the design school, architectural school, and she wrote the definitive book, The Chair. And in her quotes, she's also now an affiliate of us, but she has an organization called Body Conscious Design. And she's really been a great fan of this whole seat. She didn't think a chair could be designed that was good for the human body, and I think we've changed her mind about that. You'll find us, if you want to peruse through this, and it's really flattering to see the kind of design artwork that we're in company with. We were invited to come to Milan Design Week, and it got canceled because of COVID. So, and then it got canceled again, and so, but at least we got it in a book. And then prize design is where we haven't won that we've got a sold seat in the Athenaeum. It's a museum in Athens. And so if you got any contacts at any museum, I'd love to see some of our ottomans. That's a Jenny McGee art that's printed. Hannah had it printed and we had it upholstered. Jenny McGee used to have this studio here, and you may be able to find a YouTube video of her talking about her soul seat. And Good Design was another design contest we won. Yeah, I didn't go looking. These people are like they have talked to us, come to us, and asked us to apply, which is even more flattering. And Kenny Green is that's his soul seat. He has a jewelry shop over here. He's on the board. Is he still on the board of 4th Street? He's been a fan from the get-go. These are a couple of our floor desks. And then Sunitha, sitting there, has done a lot of good consulting work for us. There's no shortage of talent in this town. If you want to start anything, and you know, you all are proof of that. Here's another, just some examples of all the different ways that we've, the different variety of fabrics and applications. This is Kim Wade's. She did all this photography. This was her studio over with where she shared it with Hoop Design Co. and they're over here. And then that's her home studio. She uses the Soul Seat primarily. I have a blog that interviews her as a creative person, how valuable it's been. Because as creative people, the computer's been gobbling up our work, and we don't stand as much, and we spend so much time in front of screens, almost no matter what creative work we do. And so it's even more important that we have the gear that keeps us moving. This is our latest photo shoot. Was over at Sager Reeves, and as an oldie, it's hard for me not to say Sager Roberts and say, yeah, just if you ask me directions, you're likely to get go to where the 9th Street Deli used to be. Or, we built the top for the stand-up, the adjustable stand-up frame is from a different company, but we produced the top out of bamboo, and this is a cube version of the ottoman, and so it's got the hydraulic adjust to the perch. The cool thing about this is even this shape gives you all the different variety of postures. It's so cool. Your ankle can be hanging off the back, and it feels really comfortable. Same with the heart shape. This works beautifully. It's just as functional as the original shape. So we're real proud of that. And I couldn't do it, it's because we're collaborating with designers and architects and metal workers and engineers and local health practitioners, osteopaths, and professor of physical therapy at NYU. I mean, we've really got so much help from so many different crowds. Great. So, good timing. This is my last slide. Yep. So where's the future for Soulseek? What we're excited about is that we've actually created a furniture category. Created a category of gear for creatives because we have copycats. There's the Piper song. There's the Dragonfly in Poland. There's also unnamed ones that actually use our logo because they can't get visibility on the web unless they call it a soul seat. So every couple of months we have to ask for a takedown of someone appropriating our brand, which is flattering and annoying. But because we kept with our values, we trust that the quality of our product is what's going to prevail. And we've had several folks buy our chair after saying, I bought the knockoff and it fell apart. So anyways. Is that time? Yeah. I'll open things up for questions. I didn't get to half of what I wanted to talk about. There, that's so many stories. Question, yeah.
Yeah, so I'll kick it off. Ever since you accepted, I've been wanting to sit on one of these. I'm kind of curious, is there like alright, you're starting out, this is how you sit on it, and like, is there a process of...
The easiest way, yeah, here's the easy way. That's why I only brought one with wheels because it can be a little intimidating. So the easiest way is just to imagine that it's a ball chair, or you're not worried about backs on it when you're on a stool at a bar, right? So you just start like this, and you spin to this, or you spin to this. Some people have some issues with their knees, so there's only limited, like they might be able to bend one knee, and they keep the other one on the floor.
Like, we're gonna have to all watch it and give it a test.
No, come do it. And don't worry about your shoes, it's really durable. And it's good, you gotta touch it, it looks like it's a carved stone, but it's like really nice velvet.
That's so cool. That's so cool.
And then as you get more and more flexible, this comes up and down. Depending on what posture you want. Sometimes sitting cross-legged is easier when it's lower. Like this.
Wow.
So it's fun. I was demonstrating these at there's a fundraiser over at MU. I can't remember it was huge. It was big, and I was demonstrating, and I crossed my legs, and it was mostly people like 50 older. And they gasped. Right. Yes.
What was the patent process like?
Oh, that was fun.
Was it actually?
Well, I come from a family, my great-grandparents had a competition for who would get the first patent.
Cool.
Yeah, and my grandmother won. She got a patent for a waterless toilet.
Wow.
She was a great inventor. She had friends of hers hanging cables by balloons. This was during World War II. World War I. Anyway, they wanted to stop she wanted to help Britain stop the bombings. And so he had balloons hung by cables, and she talked a friend of hers into driving his airplane into the cables to test her idea. Yeah, it stopped just playing. So anyway, I got this, my head is, I think what I decided was, of all the things I've invented, I said, I gotta see if something's gonna make it in the market. And can you make a business around preventing health? We're preventing disease rather than making profits off, prevent disease rather than making profit off disease. And so this was my attempt at my first and my last patent, because but once you have a patent, you realize that that's not your protection. It's your story. It's your marketing. It's the quality of what you're making. It's really the protection. But it's really good to have that. It was good to have that patent because that made me more. It made me take more risks in collaborating and reaching out, not worrying about I have to protect this thing. Because that happens to a lot of inventors. They make something, they have a great idea, and they think they have to protect it. That's the last thing they need to do. You need, even if you're not going to patent, you need to be sharing your idea right away and iterating and getting more ideas. Yeah. Yeah.
What about at the dining table?
The dining table. So these play really well with dining tables. And we have one of these at our dining table that helped our granddaughter. She outgrew the hanging chair.
Yeah.
She hasn't needed that since she was under 2, because she can climb up on this, and we can adjust this to the height she needs for the table, and so she's been eating at the table with us without support for and she's now 2.5. And so, yeah. And these play really well with stand-up desks, so you can keep switching between standing and up. So we're happy to make. We'd love to make the first dining set. We've had a couple of inquiries, but we would be, and we have Joe Marshall does a lot of. He's a local artist, and we had he sent one of his chairs with us to a design festival in Kansas City, and we had soul seats around that dining table. It's just beautiful. We've got pictures of it somewhere. Oh, I saw him do that.
Yeah. Do you have any tips for when you find yourself in a situation where you have to sit in a regular chair for, like, I don't know, positioning your body in a way that's healthy?
Yeah. So one of the results of having we ruin sitting for a lot of people. They can't tolerate chairs anymore after. I was giving this presentation at a group of elders, and like halfway through my presentation, one of them just got up. She didn't get back in her chair. Yeah, so there's that. There's figure out a way to cross your leg, even if it doesn't feel like there's much room. Just switch to the floor. We have a whole blog post that gives you tips on how to handle family that say, "Oh, my furniture's not good enough for you," or "What's wrong? Can I help you up?" And, my wife and I regularly get when we go to the airport. We find a place to camp out and stretch between flights, and we get all kinds of interesting looks. But then the other thing that happens is people join us. So keep giving people permission. This even happened at a Frank Lloyd Wright house. We visited. They've got rebuilt one of his houses in the Crystal Bridges.
Yes.
And so and it's radiant floor heating, as I have at my house. So it's very comfy. So I sat down. Within 5 minutes, I had 3 other people on the floor with me. So don't hesitate. You'll get people joining you. Just go ahead and create that space. Give people permission. You'll get buddies. Bring a friend.
All right, good deal. Let's give it up.